And then another. And then another.
Love y'all, boys. Love you. Love you. I'll go to war with every single one of you every game, all right? Love you, 1-7. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Win.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have your doubts, not what I'm about, have your fucking cloud. It be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 It's showtime.
Here we go. Welcome to Friday Night Lights. I'm your host, Mikey. That is Tommy. What's going on, brother?
Here we go. Here we go.
You hate that so much?
I fucking does he really have to copy Dak Prescott with that? Like, come on. You can't come up with your own. Like, that's so cheesy. I'm sorry. Like, fine. Okay, it's Dak's. Whatever. Like Allen has done the Omaha now. He took over the Omaha thing for Peyton Manning. But
he does a lot of different ones.
I know, but the Omaha thing, he does do a lot, right? That's kind of, I get what you're saying. That he does kind of, I could swear, I could be wrong. I got to go back. That Jordan Love said losers on one of his. I could be wrong, but I swear to God, he said losers. I have to go back and listen. But anyways, happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there. We're happy. Yes. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving yesterday. Yeah, bro, a lot of great, really good games, man. Close games that came down the wire. A coach got fired, which I'm sure you'll get to.
Coach deserved to get fired.
Absolutely.
Well, oh, my God. And then it spilled into today. Spin comes in. How much luckier can the Chiefs get? I mean, just what the hell are they doing?
I didn't watch the game because I thought the Chiefs were just going to blow them out. But once again, the Chiefs were in a very close game, a game they should have lost probably.
They wild.
The
Raiders missed 3 field goals, and with 10 seconds left, they spiked the ball in field goal range rather than letting it, go down. So they had to run another play. The center snapped it before anybody was ready. Fumble, game over. Chiefs win.
Pierce, man, that's a young head coach doing making bad mistakes, man.
That one was kind of on the players. It wasn't really Pierce.
He could have called timeouts. He could have
no more timeouts.
Oh, he didn't at that time. See, I didn't want to.
He ran out of timeouts. That's why they spiked it. With 10 seconds, they should have just ran it down to 4 and then spiked it, kicked the field goal.
All right.
We got super chat. Sophia comes in. Let's hear the train.
You know what that is?
Yeah, there we go. Let's get us off right.
Thank you, Sophia.
Bears head coach met the dust. Oh my God, yes.
Now so that was
where do you want to start? Do you want to start with the Bears?
Sure. I watched. Now, mind you, so just a heads up. I went to Thanksgiving dinner while the Lions were playing because another game where I thought the Lions were going to smoke the Bears. So I thought, you know what, Mikey, I'm going to go and get the Golden Corral at 1:00, right? Like, go ahead and beat because I'm in Detroit, and it was still pretty packed, right? Mm-hmm. So I get home, I'm thinking, man, the Lions are probably crushing them. It's fucking close, right? I'm like, what is going on here? And then I watched the rest of the game, and I could not believe what I was watching at the end of that game. I could not believe it, Mikey. That I thought McDermott was bad at times with clock management. Holy shit, like that. Whoa, wow, like what the hell was going on there? I could not believe. Bro, Mikey. I'm thinking any moment we're gonna call timeout or. I don't know. What was going on in your head at that moment? Like when he's going on a line,
honestly,
Caleb.
it was like, how are they going to fuck this up? Same thing that was going through my head today with the Raiders were driving down the field. How are they going to mess this up? Because I watched them do it against the Commanders, where he ran with 10 seconds left, ran a Hail Mary and left a 13-yard out wide open.
I know. I couldn't believe that either. I saw that live too.
What are we watching here?
I thought, bro, at first I thought, okay, like he's going to quick hike it and maybe quick throw a slant out of bounds and still have some time left. It took forever. And by that time, he had to go deep. He had no other choice at that time but to try to go through it and, for a touchdown pass. But so bad. That was so bad, Mikey.
People are talking about the Chiefs. It's not luck. It's witchcraft.
Yeah. And I'm hearing, and I was talking to you pregame. I heard a lot of people on X saying that it was they feel like the referees kind of like rigged that a little bit. I don't believe in rigged. I don't believe in rigged. NFL's rigged or anything. But
here's the way I look at it, and me and you've talked about this before.
Yeah,
you don't leave contests, whether it's fighting, whether it's baseball, whether it's any type of sport. You don't leave it up to judges or referees. If you're expecting a referee to bail you out, you've done something wrong. And they called it illegal shift rather than false start, and game was over.
Yeah, it's wild, man. Wild.
I mean, technically, it could have gone either way.
Yeah.
But if they would have called it false start, the Chiefs side would have been, you would have been
furious.
Hearing,
yeah.
It's against us because we're the Chiefs.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to say it, but I had a parlay going and I had them in it, the Chiefs winning. It would have kind of really ruined a lot of my bets. So
did you have them plus the plus?
I just the money line.
Okay, money line. Okay.
Yeah, and trust me when I tell you, because they were heavy favorites, if they would have lost, pretty much every single one of my bets would have lost. So I mean, for as much as I wanted the Chiefs to lose, I didn't, right? Because of my bet. Shame on me, but it worked out for me. I guess.
The funny thing, Spin, is I know everyone's a lot of the talking heads are giving them credit. Fitzpatrick called them out on their shit today.
Oh, did he? Fitzmagic
called them out and said, listen, those tackles are going to cost them. You can't play like this against good teams. You saw what happened when they played Buffalo.
I can't believe it. Man, the Chiefs are. But I will say this, though, because somebody said it to me today. Who said it to me today? It was a friend of mine. Through mess. Anyways, he was like, "Oh, the Chiefs aren't playing that good right now, or whatever. Like they're not gonna, do anything." I'm like, you know what, bro? We've said it before. I've heard this before. They're different in the playoffs, and they wake up in the playoffs. So we'll see. I still can't. Yeah, I get it, but I've seen it too many times for me to go. Chiefs aren't. Yeah, no,
I'm not gonna.
No, I'm just saying, like for the people that are.
Yeah,
like flipping the script now, right? And go, oh, the Chiefs are lucky to be there. They should. Like, I'm just saying, until somebody knocks them off and proves them right not worthy of another Super Bowl, then I don't tell you. Like that team's dangerous. I don't care. Like as long as they got their quarterback, their tight end, their defensive player, Chris Jones, and that head coach, man.
I think the difference between the teams last year and the team this year, the offense is pretty much the same. It's the secondary isn't locked down like it was last year. That's the biggest.
No, I'm with you there. I think their offense is still also a little stuttering. Like,
well, that was how they were all last year.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying I'm not overly. When people say, they're not doing much on offense, I'm like, well, let's see what happens in the playoffs.
Yeah, but a little bit of in the playoffs, the defense carried them.
Correct. They did. That is true. But they also came up with big plays on offense when they needed to.
Yeah. And they still do that. They still do that today.
They still right.
But the difference really is that the secondary isn't locking people down like they were last year. So
no.
When Spags runs that 4-man pressure with man-to-man,
right,
brings like the blitz, guys are getting beat over the top and stuff. So that's what happens when you lose a Janarius Sneed. He was one of the best cover corners.
Absolutely.
Mr. Fulton in the chat says, hello, Tommy and Mikey. Breaking news today is Buffalo Bills quarterback Josh Allen is getting married to Haley Steinfeld. I saw
That's
that.
right.
QB1 had a good bye week.
That's right. The most interesting man in the chat.
Yeah.
How you doing, man? Appreciate that comment.
I'm not sure, Spin, if they actually blew it dead or not. I can't remember. Like, there was so much chaos going on around the whole thing. I have no idea when the whistle actually.
I read that too on X, that a ref was running in at the same time the ball was getting snapped. So it is what it is. The game is over, folks. The Chiefs won, so nothing you can do about it now.
Yeah. Nope. They're 11-1. The only nice part would have been about it is if they would have lost, we could have clinched our division and been in the 1 seed.
Yeah. Yep. I know. I hear you, but it was nice to see the Dolphins get whooped up on Thursday.
Oh God! Oh, did you know? Because of all the garbage time yards that Tua got, the narrative is Tua can play in the cold now.
I will say this:
like to be 24-3 at halftime.
To be fair to him, I didn't think he had a bad game. I did watch that complete game.
First half.
Yeah, I don't know. It was really bad, but he did miss players.
He was missing wide.
He did miss. Yeah, he missed some players that would have probably got some points on the board early in effort. I get what you're saying, but I didn't think he played terrible. I thought you know what, man, that team is finesse, all about speed and finesse. They're not built for that type of weather, bro. Plain and simple. They're not a physical team, bro. They just got out muscled. That's it. Plain and simple. And that's why I have them losing to Cleveland, Mikey. They're going to lose to Cleveland. I think they're going to lose to the Jets last game of the season.
Like, here's the thing. I didn't think Tua played well. Like, I thought he played better in the second half, but they played a different defense. They weren't attacking like in the second half like they did in the first half.
Yeah, I get that.
Just kind of salted away, But that's what happens a lot with Tua. And Tua gets a lot of these garbage time yards, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, he's so elite! He led the league in passing."
I don't think he said elite, though. Yeah, I never said that. I just didn't think.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying a lot of people.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Look, he led the league in passing."
I think you know what it is, man. I'll be honest with you. I think this is a combination with that team. I think it's a combination of it's all about finesse and speed. How they built their roster. I think Mike McDaniel's offensive game plan hasn't changed, and defensive coordinators now play him a lot differently. Physical at the line, knock their timing off, and he hasn't responded well. He has not responded well as a coach, as an OC. You know what I mean? Calling the plays. I don't think they can figure it out. Like look at Tyreek Hill. He's a shell of himself.
That offensive line is hot garbage.
The offensive line's bad too.
What happens when you pay $100 million in wide receivers?
Yeah. No, I get it. And if they didn't have A-Chain, they'd be in even more trouble. Like that dude, like he's legit. Now he didn't have a great game. I felt like they went away from him a little bit early. They should have used him more in the passing game if the running game wasn't working, but they just totally went away from him. So yeah, they got a lot of work to do over there in Miami, bro.
It's the talking heads, Ernie. You just gotta ignore them. When they say, "Oh, Josh Allen has to step up against Patrick Mahomes," like, dude, he walked off the field with 13 seconds and never saw the ball again. There's nothing he could have done.
Yeah, I hate that. That's why I hate when people come in here after losses. Or not even talking heads, just fans in general that don't really watch. When we do a post game, for instance, when we lose, right? And we have trolls in here. What do they mostly say? Josh Allen can't, like, right? He's the worst. He can't. Right. It's like that's the only thing. It's like, dude, did you watch the game? Like, stop, bro. Then you don't watch football, bro. It's a team game. It takes the guy can't play every position throughout the game.
It's Christian Bouchard right now talking about the Bills and the Ravens. It's like, but they beat them by 25. They beat them. Now we'll go back and watch that game. There was no Johnson. There was no Bernard. There was no Shakir. That was before we got Amari. Like, the Bills are a different team from when that happened.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's funny to listen to these talking heads. Sometimes you just like shake your head at them and fans.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Give to our wide receiver core and see what happens. Yeah, it ain't gonna look pretty. I'll tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
soft team period. Yeah, like he'll walk around with "I wish it was colder" shirts. I bet you he wishes he never wore that shirt because that's still a meme. Every time they lose, they have the meme of him walking around and "I wish it was colder."
So stupid. Why would you do that? I just don't
And then
understand.
when they did the thing, and then we went out and smoked them by like 42 to something, and Josh did it in the end
Right.
zone. Like that's another meme. Like, why do they keep talking?
I don't know. Somebody played. It was funny. Somebody played like a clip of. I forget who it was. Before the season started, it was one of the national media guys. They're like, the Bills. They won't. They're going to be terrible this year. They got nobody on offense. They're going to.
That's a lot of national media guys.
No, but
quite a few cold takes.
It was. I wish I could find it to play it. It was like, but he was just killing us. Like I was like, boy, that aged well, right?
Good Morning Football did it. Peter Schrager did it, and he got ripped for it. And then there was a bunch of them though. Like they went through and did like the games at the win-loss records, and they had us going like 4-13 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's crazy. Looks like Tommy's defending Tua. Tommy likes Tua.
I don't hate the guy. I think the guy is. Listen, man. Like
stealing Trash's cook.
But that's not. But that's not necessarily true. Like
closet Tuanon.
No, listen. Here's the deal. I told you guys how I feel about you. I told you guys the offseason where I rank him. I feel like he's a good quarterback. I'm not saying he's a lead or he's my concern for him is his health. He can't stay healthy. So and I told you guys that. You see the difference with him on the field compared to when they have anyone else on that team. Like they built that team around him. He's a decent quarterback. He's a decent release. He's accurate for the most part. Like he's not a terrible quarterback, guys. He's just the problem with Tua that I have. One is the health, and two, I do think when things get tight, close games, he doesn't perform well. So, yeah, like I said, once again, I don't think he's great, but I don't think he's terrible. Like I think people criticize him way too much. There's a lot worse quarterbacks out there right now in the NFL than Tua.
No,
so that's all.
I just, that's funny. Tommy, 2024, Tua is a top 10.
He's close to it. He is.
Then we listed him. You're like, maybe not.
We did, but you know what? I don't think he's far off either, though.
I think he's closer to 15 than 10.
That's fair enough. I
do think he's. Top half of the league quarterback, though.
Yeah, he's in that range somewhere. I'm with you there.
I don't think he's worth $60 million or $50
million. Well, they way overpaid, but so did. Look at all the other quarterbacks right now that are like underperforming. $15 million quarterback in the right scheme outside of scheme. He's like a $5 million quarterback. Listen, the only one who didn't reset the market when he got paid was Josh, and that's because it's not the way he was. Pat had just gotten paid. He wanted to be behind Pat and do the way he did it. So he didn't. He's the only one, but he's about to get broken off. After next year. I mean, Trevor Lawrence got overpaid. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of guys that
got $60 million.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of guys right now getting overpaid. That's the way it works.
No,
I'm not sensitive about Tua. I see it how I see it. Like you guys can see it how I see it. That's just an opinion. I don't think it's that bad.
Played for Bama. Tua's got a gun, but it's taking too many shots to the head. Tua doesn't have a gun. That's part of the problem. He's very accurate, but he doesn't have a strong arm.
I don't think he has a weak arm either. I think he has an average arm.
You know who he reminds me of? Chad Pennington.
No, well, with Chad Pennington, because Chad Pennington after his arm was really bad, weak. Before, okay, that's fair.
Before Chad Pennington,
that's fair. Because Chad Pennington had an average arm.
Had an average arm. Couldn't make all the throws he needed to make, but he was really smart and accurate. That's who Tua reminds me. Left-handed Chad Pennington.
Yeah, because after injury, if you watch Chad, he wasn't terrible, but his arm was really bad. Arm strength
was loopy ahead of time.
Yeah, loop.
Yeah,
kind of like Barkley. How Barkley throws, everything's on a loop.
Right? Pretty loop.
Yeah, it is great on some deep, here and there, but not all the time.
Right. To be real, Miami is just a bunch of They got rid of Flores and Fangio because they're too mean. Those guys are thriving now, and Miami's linebackers are admitting that.
Well, Fangio was only there one. Fangio never wanted to be there long term. They said.
Well,
he signed there 1 year.
They complained that Fangio was too mean.
Oh, but he's a hell. I agree. Yeah, because they're a soft ass team. I'm with you there. But his plan was never to be.
And they said same thing with Flores. Flores was too mean.
I like Flores. I think Flores was a good coach. I think they fucked up with Flores.
They chose Tua over Flores.
Yeah, they made a big.
Flores said Tua doesn't fit what I want to do, and they said, "Well, make him fit." And he said no, and bye bye.
Yeah, well,
yes.
That's why they're.
Thank you.
Yeah,
like he just the way he throws the ball. Like everything about the way the way he plays quarterback reminds me so much of Chad Pennington, which you can be successful with Chad Pennington.
Sure.
You know, he's just not going to be the guy who wins above scheme. Just
correct. Yep.
Yes. QB's better than Tua. Allen, Mahomes, Burrow, Jackson, Herbert, Cousins, Jaden Daniels, Stafford, Love, Mayfield, Geno, Murray.
I don't think so. There's guys on there I don't think are better.
Okay, let's pick them out. Who's not better than Tua?
I don't think Bo Nix right now. I think Bo Nix might get there.
I think you're wrong.
No, he's not there yet. It's his first year. Tapes down totally on. Wait till second year.
I would say Murray. Murray hasn't done it completely because he always gets hurt. He falls in the same issue that Tua has. If I had to choose between Murray and Tua, I'm taking Tua.
Murray, I would say Geno Smith is slightly better, but not miles ahead of him. I would say
most of these guys are.
I would say Mayfield is.
I think
Mayfield has terrible games too, though. Yeah. Don't get it twisted. Mayfield has really good games, and he has games where he looks awful. Okay. And Bo Nix, you can't put him out there yet because it's only his first year, or else we would have put CJ Stroud out there his first year. And I told you, just like Mikey said, let's wait for a year or two. And look, CJ Stroud is going through it a little bit, second year slump. So I'm just saying, Bo Nix right now is not better than Tua.
Okay, you take Jaden, you take Nix out of there. That puts you at 16 QBs. Who else?
And I would say Stroud, the way he's playing right now, is shaky, but I do think he's better. I would take who else is that? Daniels.
I would say we'll take Jaden Daniels.
I would take him off too. Yeah. Kirk Cousins, I'm not crazy about. I think once again he falls in that loop where he has some really good games and he has some shit games.
Today, Kirk Cousins?
It depends on what Kirk Cousins you get. Yeah. It really depends. Kirk Cousins has
15, if you
not showing up. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So you have to put him around there. Goff, clearly, if he's protected, he's a good quarterback.
Yeah.
And he's playing at a high level.
Burrow, Jackson, Herbert, all absolutely. Stafford, Stroud.
Murray, shaky sometimes.
Prescott, Goff, Love, Mayfield, all yes. But I kind of put Mayfield in the same tier as Tua. I put Tua, Mayfield, Geno, Murray all in that same tier.
I'm with you there. I think because they have their games.
I just
that's fair. I think that's fair. I think absolutely. Like Tua, if there's going to be like a level, like Mikey said, you could put Tua, Geno, Murray, Mayfield on that level.
Yeah, that same tier. Now,
same tier level.
Why I don't rank quarterbacks. I tier quarterbacks. Like
that's fine. I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
I think Tua falls in that tier, and I would put Cousins in that tier too.
I would too. Yep, because he's not consistent. He has games where he just not look good.
I know how many times would take Nick Stroud and even Drake May over Tua right now. I think that is Bills fandom bias. I think the league officials like Tua more than the fans like Tua.
I could see Stroud. You saying Stroud because he's in his second year. Okay, I get that. But Bo Nix started terrible off the season. He's gotten a lot better. He's improving. But let's talk about Bo Nix year 2. Let's see where he's at. Drake May, way too early to talk about Drake May. And Drake May's had some pretty bad throws too. I would calm down with the rookies.
So here's the pro with the rookies. Yeah. They don't have Tua's injury history. They may take him.
So I'm with you. Yeah.
I don't know if they take him because of the play that they've had.
So Correct. So if we're talking about
Especially
that, then
Jaden
that
Daniels.
changes the game.
Jaden looks
Changes
legit.
everything.
You know, just like
Who?
Stroud looked, Jaden Daniels, just like
Oh,
Stroud
yeah,
looked
yeah.
last year, Jaden looks like
He
he's going to
does.
be that guy. But
He does,
wait
but
and see.
we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, remember RG3 looked like that guy?
Yeah.
Until the
And he
injury.
blew his knee.
And then he was no longer that guy.
I told you the same thing with Stroud. Wait, you know, he had a really
Remember
good year.
Vince Young was the guy year
Vince
one?
Young was never
Vince
that
Young
dude.
had a good Vince Young had a very good year one. Vince Young had a good year one, bro. You can't knock
it
what
was
Vince
all
Young
because
did
of
his rookie.
running. It wasn't because of his throwing.
I'm just saying, but if you look back, people talked about Vince Young made a Madden cover, I think, didn't he? Like Vince Young he wasn't bad his first year. Like people were like, okay, came off a national championship, which was an unbelievable game. I'm just saying, like he wasn't bad his first year. So I always say wait till a year or two. I'm with you. Mikey was with him, on CJ Stroud that way. And look, CJ Stroud's going through a little bit right now, and he has a ton of weapons. All right, I know he lost Diggs, but he still has weapons on that team.
Yeah. So when you look at it, who's the fifth best quarterback in the NFL right now? I think Allen,
The
Mahomes,
fifth
Burrow,
best?
and Jackson are the clear top four. I would agree that those are the clear top four.
Allen, Mahomes, Burrow,
Now-
Jackson. I would say
the next one is in a tier. Though that's the top tier, then you have another tier, and that includes
Yeah.
the Herberts and the Hurts and
Hurts,
the
yep.
Jacks and those guys, the
Yeah,
Strouds, and
yeah.
how you rank them is all about the eye of the beholder. Like me personally, if I had to rank one of them, I'm play wise or talent wise. Talent wise, it's Herbert. Play wise, it's probably Jalen Hurts right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But some people will love Stroud or Goff. All those guys are in that
Yep.
same tier. Spin greed on the top four. Some people will say it's Goff. Some people love Goff.
Goff is a good quarterback when protected, but if his offensive line doesn't show up or something, man,
a lot of people are gonna make a case for him this year.
And he's had the 5 interception game. I thought he didn't have a good game on Thursday. I thought the second half, tough.
The team does great. He doesn't do great.
Yeah.
It's about the talent, and it's not close. Knicks can make the throws. Tua can't make.
I don't think
we can agree to disagree on the whole rookie versus Tua thing.
Yeah, I don't think that's
Herbert gets a lot of credit for doing shit in this league. I mean, he putting up yards. That's what he does. That's all he does.
Yeah.
Vince Young as a pure quarterback was terrible in his rookie year. Yeah, his legs saved him there. Vince Young was before his time. Like I think Vince Young would have done much better in today's NFL than he did in his time.
Mm-hmm.
I also think Reggie Bush would have done better in today's NFL than he would have done in his time.
Oh yeah,
Devin,
for sure.
Devin Hester. Can you imagine using Devin Hester in today's NFL? Jesus.
Oh, dude, man.
It's Herbert gets ton of credit. Yep. All right. So let's Caleb's low IQ. Caleb made the biggest.
He had a good game though.
He did it.
Part of
the
half
issue was on
second half was really good.
You have to know as
and he should know better. It's not like he's from a small college. Like he should have known too. Like it's definitely on the coach. But you got to know as a quarterback too. Like, dude, okay, your head coach is an idiot. Right.
You have your receivers clapping at you telling you to go.
Right. You should know. You are in charge out there.
The fucking play with 10 seconds left. What are you doing?
Right. I don't know, man. That was crazy to me. That's
let's go around the league. We spent the first 30 minutes talking about these crazy ass games.
It was crazy. There was a lot of crazy games we had. Go ahead.
The Bears fire Eberflus after losing 6 straight games. He listen.
He was bad, dude.
I told you. I never celebrate a coach being fired.
Firings, right?
Yeah, because that's someone's family. It's
absolutely. Yeah.
But he absolutely deserved that. That was dereliction of duty at its finest.
Yeah.
What the
absolutely.
hell?
And if the owner was there, right, or GM, whatever,
God. Yeah,
they shouldn't even allow him. They should have met him in the hall like hallway or whatever. But like,
I said,
listen,
you don't
don't
let
even
them,
go.
you don't let them
Don't even go in the locker room. Right.
Yeah,
We'll take
You're
care of
fine
it.
on
We'll talk to
Thanksgiving,
one of the, yeah, we'll talk to one of the assistants and tell the players what's going on. Right?
we got a
Oh,
super chat.
dang, $50, Cali Super. Thank you so much,
you,
Callie,
brother.
for that. I really appreciate that, bro.
I hope we beat the shit out of the Niners this week. Whole family and friends are Niner fans. I'm with you, brother. I'm right there with you. Living in the heart of Niner country, Northern California. That's it's surrounded by nothing but. So, not only that, but it then clinches the East for us.
Yes, with that Dolphin loss.
Sunday night.
Get it over with. Yeah.
We can get the 5th straight hat and T-shirt game.
Yep.
Get
it over with. Just get it over with.
We've already punched our ticket, and now it's all about seeding.
Seeding. That's it. Yeah. All right. That's crazy. Wrapping up the division.
Check. December 1st.
Oh.
Check. That's the way we're set.
All right. Goal 1 check in week 13 when everyone thought we would finish 3rd in the division.
Yeah. Like the Chiefs punched the playoff spot today too.
Oh, did they? They got the division.
They didn't punch the division,
but they punched their way into the playoffs. I'm saying. Okay.
They're in the playoffs regardless. But
the division's still open. Got it.
But thank you so much, Callie, for the super chat. We appreciate it. Okay. Mahomes, my hero, surpasses Dawson for the Chiefs TD mark.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah. And Travis Kelce didn't get a touchdown. One more, he passes. God, what is his name? The tight end.
Gonzalez?
Yep. Thank you. And he was there today.
Looking for
he was
him
there today. And Gonzalez says if he does the spike, the dunk over the goalpost, which is now banned, he'll pay the fine.
Oh, dude. And he didn't get it? Oh,
they didn't give it to him. They threw it to Noah Gray again. Or Watson.
What is with Noah Gray lately? He's
taking all Travis Kelce's routes.
Left and right. If you don't have him on fantasy, you better get him now.
The snow's supposed to be done by Sunday afternoon in Orchard Park, so they say. We'll see.
Okay. I was hearing 2 to 3 feet.
Yeah. We're going to have people out there shoveling, so I imagine it will be ready to go for game time. The 8th seed and lower all have at least 7 losses, making 11 wins a guaranteed playoff spot. Yep. Yeah. The Commanders, Robinson to play. Eckler is out.
Okay. Sorry, Eckler.
49ers Purdy is expected to play, but Williams and Bosa and numerous other people are out.
No. Bosa and Williams is a big loss to them, especially Williams. I think Williams is Trent Williams is the man. Dude.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard, but Leonard Floyd has been preaching to his team about how you need to rush Josh Allen. Don't get it twisted. That dude will posterize you.
Giving him some tips. Huh?
He's like, listen, guys, you cannot. You have to be rushed, disciplined with Josh. Josh will eat you alive.
You're right.
You think you're going to be able to slide off your guy and get him? He'll shrug you off. I've watched it up close and personal. So we'll see if that guidance from Leonard Floyd helps them at all.
All right.
Yeah,
we'll
Bosa's
easier said than done, my friend. Easier said.
We putting up a 40 burger.
Ooh, Callie, I like the 40 burger.
I like it a lot. Sources say Lions linebacker Rodriguez ACL out for season.
I saw that. I feel bad for that guy because he was I think he was undrafted.
Yeah.
When he was like one of those surprise players they got like a few years back.
Another one of our draft crushes that just never came to fruition. He's such a good blitzer and run one stopper. Where he struggles is in the pass game, but they use him as a situational backer. And and he just got back. That's the crazy part. He's been hurt most of the year, and he just got back and then towards ACL.
Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, that sucks.
Purdy's not officially playing. He's officially questionable. He did practice in full today. I'll be interested.
I think he plays.
I was talking about my brother about this. He said, listen, he has an AC joint issue, rotator cuff AC joint. If it's super snowy and cold, they may not play him because he
you
won't be able to
might
stay
be right.
loose.
And he's gonna feel it too, boy. If we every hit. Remember when it's that cold, you feel everything.
So it's gonna really depend on that and if they can loosen it up. As of today, they expect him to play, but they're gonna. But as Kyle Shanahan says, things happen over the next 2 days. We'll see how it all plays out.
Yep.
Trent Williams out, left guard is a backup. Group better get home from that side. Group doesn't go that side. That's the side of AJ and Vaughn. Group goes the other way.
But
we should get home.
AJ and I'll tell you what, Group could actually pick up. Yes, because listen, if AJ does his job and Vaughn, they're going to get Purdy to go the opposite way, right? They're going to flush him out that direction. So very possible, like Ed Oliver, if he steps up in the pocket to get away, or Groot will
or
eat
goes the
too
right.
Because of that.
Groot
yes, I mean, yeah, absolutely. So it could be a day for Groot. Absolutely, that's a big loss in them. Big loss.
Alpha. We spent the first 30 minutes talking about the mess that was the Raiders and Bears.
Yeah.
ESPN tracker said Brock is expected to play. Yeah, he's expected to play. He's questionable. It's really going to come down to I think if he's able to throw on Sunday night when he goes out to warm up. Yeah. So we'll see. Milano full participant in practice all week. Milano has a chance to come back, but we'll get to the Bills in a minute. Let's finish around the league.
Yeah.
QB Jones aims to learn Vikings offense, help out however he possibly can.
High five.
Did you
nice
see,
guy?
Did you
what
see
nice
Brady ripping him though?
No, what he
Brady
said.
ripped him on Thanksgiving for bailing for asking for his release.
I mean, did he bail on him? I mean, they weren't going to do anything
Brady
after
said,
that
listen,
point.
I got benched at Michigan.
But didn't he get benched multiple times though? But he did. Daniel Jones got benched last year too, right? No. I thought he did.
He got hurt last year.
Oh, I swear he got benched before. I could swear, but okay, maybe you're right. I could swear he got benched before a game or two, but maybe it was injury. Okay,
injury related, but never actually like fully benched.
It's just weird how they would grant his release though. Like if they weren't.
Dude, that owner loved him like a son. They made him pay him. And then he went into the owner's office, didn't go into Joe Shane's office, went to the owner's office and asked to be released. And the owner said, okay.
Okay. Well, it is what it is, man. I mean, he wants a chance to maybe he just felt slighted. I don't know. They definitely fucked up with that.
Callie, I've seen that too. Purdy's press conference today. He doesn't seem too confident about playing on Sunday. He doesn't seem too eager to want to get in that cold and try to, but
no, man.
We'll see how it plays out. At the end of the day, It's always like that. And then the last one, Jags Lawrence is expected to return versus the Texans. So although they said he was probably going to be out for the year, they've U-turned.
Yeah, I see that. Okay. Well, good luck to them.
Right?
They're not going anywhere, but
that's all around the league.
Oh man,
I'm Prison Mike.
Good job, buddy. Good job.
Prison Mike.
Good job.
All right. Coleman limited all week. Kincaid is out. The only other limited players we have is Spencer Brown, which was limited on the first day, is full. So Spencer Brown's already been cleared to play.
Mm-hmm.
He's back. I'm thinking Milano's going to be activated and be back. Dwayne Carter may be activated and be back.
Yep.
I'm not. Coleman was still in the red jersey. All the other guys were out of it. I have a feeling Coleman's going to be another week.
Yep.
I think Kincaid's going to be longer than a week. I think Kincaid's going to be another couple weeks.
Yep.
Because he's not even practicing yet. So I'll be excited to see Milano.
Absolutely. I don't know if you'll see him a lot. I think they're going to, put him in there.
Imagine this. I read this somewhere. Imagine, Sunday night football. They introduced the defense. And the last person they introduce is Matt Milano.
Oh, it'd be dope. Crowd would go nuts.
Can you
Crowd would
imagine
go
the
nuts.
pop for Matt Milano coming
Absolutely.
back?
Absolutely. Do you think if he's back, do you think he starts, or you think they still go with Durant over him and just kind of
I think
ease him in?
I think he'll start.
Okay.
But I think they'll do kind of what they did with Trey when he came back last year or 2 years ago, where they
Mhm.
put him in for just a few series
And see how it
then
goes.
in the season.
Ki-
And
ki-
they're going to play it like the next couple games
all
of preseason. He's going to get a
Mm.
couple series and he's going to be done. They did that with Trey for the first 2 weeks
That
before
might-
they started. Then they slowly
I can
ramped
see
him up.
that. I can see that. We'll see. I also can
Mhm.
see him going out there, seeing how he feels, and kind of just going
They're
by
gonna play, I'm telling you, they're
what
going to play.
he.
They did it with
play
Trey.
super
They're going to
safe.
do it with
Yeah,
Milano.
you're right. You're right. But the ACL is not like that's way over with. Like it's more about
I understand
this
that,
arm.
but it's about building up your tolerance for actual.
No,
football.
I get it, and you might be right. You might be right. I don't know about a couple series though. He probably sees a little bit more time.
We started with Trey with 2 series.
You might be right. You might be right. We'll see. I want to be shocked.
I think it'd be a mistake to go more than 2 or 3 series because he hasn't played football in a year and a half.
Correct. That you might. Yeah, that you have a good.
Like he's
valid
worked
point.
out and done all that and did practice stuff, but a game's a whole different story. He needs to
Totally
ease
different
himself
story.
back in, to that. So we'll
Yep,
see how
I'm with you.
they play. People way too confident in here. Confident about what?
I don't know.
The confidence is warranted. Confidence in our team. I think they need to play Milano at least a little
Yeah,
bit.
let us know. Is it who said
Yeah.
that? Areola?
Yeah.
Yeah, let us
Well,
know because I'm curious. I don't know what
yeah.
that. Maybe you're talking to somebody in
What's
the
going on, Robert?
chat.
Welcome. Niners are fighting for a wild card. They're going to play tough. They are. However,
Absolutely.
but they're not fighting for a wild card. Nobody in the West is getting a wild card. They're fighting for their division. There's only one team coming out of the West. And here's the thing: they can lose to us and still win their division because the Niners have their entire back slate of games against their division.
Listen,
Granted, they're gonna have to go undefeated.
I think when you're a winning team though, like the Bills, like the Chiefs, like one of the top tier teams, it doesn't matter who you play, they're gonna always try to bring their best. You know what I mean? Just to say they beat you. You get what I mean? So yeah, the 49ers are definitely. You don't think they want to play spoilers and like not let us, and get the victory and keep us from winning the division 1 week early? Of course, like that's on their mind. And of course, the playoffs are on their mind too. So they need the win.
Roy says, do they have an open roster? They do have an open roster spot for Milano. Who do they cut to make room for Carter? I think it's going to be Virgil, the wide receiver.
Yeah.
Because when they bring Carter back, they're also going to bring him back slowly. Or it's going to be either Phillips or Q. But I think Virgil's the first one to go, and then they just if Coleman's not ready, they call up someone.
I would cut Virgil over Phillips and because you're not even using him at all. He's not. At least Phillips and Q, you could say, they can come in here and there. Like, you know what I mean? They could contribute to something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Virgil has done nothing. He is nothing.
And we have practice guys that we can call up to fill.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so what's absolutely? You still got Hamler sitting there? Like, no, I'm good. You cut Virgil. Absolutely.
Virgil's the motion man. He gets his run.
Yeah, he's the motion guy.
Yeah,
he's the guy getting some good money for motion. Running.
If I was Brandon Bean, I would let Virgil go first. And then when some of the other guys come back, that's when you make the other decisions because you can always call up, Handler or Shavers or any of those other guys. And Virgil will probably end up going back to our practice squad and we can call him up later too.
Exactly.
Like you don't have to have him on the 53. You can call up the other guys, so it'll be interesting to see who plays there. Confidence that's going to be a blowout at half and stuff. Oh, I don't think it's going to be a blowout at half.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about the game area. Like, are you talking about maybe the chat is talking that way? I haven't really paid, if you guys are talking about the game already, like the score. Listen, we'll get to the game.
Against the last 15 Jets.
Yeah.
Those are primed to play hard. Are you sure that we're going to have a dead game against lesser teams? This isn't the same Bills team that we've had the last, 5 years. It's a new team.
I will say this, I'm with Mikey on this. The only thing I would be worried about when it comes to not even so much playing the 49ers, we have always traditionally come out slow after the bye week. We haven't had our best performances. Now, mind you, I think we've won all our bye week games. We just haven't looked good.
Came out hot.
Yeah, you're right. But then we had a bad second game after that, correct? And then we have a shitty performance after that, or no?
I don't remember.
I swear we did. Either way, we're not that we come off usually a little rusty, and there will be some rust. Just a heads up, So I don't know if we come out on fire in this game, Mikey. We could pick it up though.
You also said we haven't had our dud game. What about the 23-20 game against the Jets?
Oh, we've had some. Look at the Dolphin game. Came down to a fucking 61-yard field goal.
30-20. So I mean, we've had some close games.
The fucking Dolphin game was a 61-yard field goal that we all thought was going to get missed. was going to be missed. So we've had tight games. The Jets game was fucking close. Don't get it twisted. The Arizona game almost they came back. Like, we've had some close games, but the good teams always find a way to win. Look at the Lions. The Lions have been in some close games. They find a way to win. The Chiefs find. Mm-hmm. That's what good teams do, right? Because you know what they're talking about over here, Mikey, in Detroit. They used to say, there used to be a saying over here, the same old Lions on the radio, right? So they would be in games. Like
the Bills, it's the same old Bills.
Same old, right? And something would happen that would just wouldn't go there, right? Aaron Rodgers Hail Mary or a Justin Tucker NFL record field goal, right? Like, it just happened, right? And now they're saying, well, guess what? It's not. It's that is gone. Because they find a way. It's somehow, even if it's a little bit of luck with it, right? Even if it's a little bit of stupidity on the other head coach, they find a way to win.
Yeah,
and that's what we're doing lately. In these close games.
I'll get to the comment in here that talks about that piece. But
yeah,
Virgil has been on the 53 for at least 4 weeks. I think he's been on for 4 weeks, not 4 games, because we had the bye week.
Yeah.
Although we did play sloppy against the Colts. We played sloppy against a few teams. Spence right also. Our dud games were against the Ravens and Texans.
No, our terrible game was against the Ravens. Our worst performance.
Our dud game was against the Texans.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. Or we just couldn't figure it out.
Super chats. That's why you have Mikey.
All chats.
That's why you have Mikey.
That's right.
We typically don't look good at the start of games, regardless, bye week or not. We make adjustments. It's one of those things. Mikey needs to stay on top of his game. And Tricky Tommy that the regular chats are all super chats.
We got a super chat spin coming in with a super chat.
Right? Here's another super chat. Tell me, Mikey, I feel the Bills have an opportunity to beat the Lions. I do too. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We have 2 games before the Lions game. By the way, did you see that the Lions game's not being flexed? They're actually taking CBS to Detroit like they did when they came to Buffalo.
Yeah, I saw that. It's staying the same. Yep. Yeah. That's pretty cool. No, man, I still say the Lions are still, even though they've had close games, I still think they're still the defense. Their
defense is dropping like
they're still the I get it, but they're finding ways to win. They still are the best. They still are the best team in football right now. But I think we could take that. I think we could beat them. Right now, they're a 1-loss team. They find ways to win.
They're not the best team.
They got dynamic weapons all over, bro. They are
honestly. I think if you put the Eagles against them, the Eagles would smoke them.
No, I just totally.
The Eagles' defense is so much better than theirs.
I disagree.
They've lost so many players on defense.
Well, you'll find out in the playoffs. I don't see that, man. I think they held their own last year in the playoffs. They should have won. They had an opportunity. They're a tough team, bro. And that's and
I'm not saying they're not a tough team.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the problem with that team where you could beat them. You got to stop Gibbs and Montgomery. You stop Gibbs and Montgomery and just leave it up to Goff. You definitely can beat the Lions for sure. But if you let them get rolling, that is a tough fucking team to beat, boy. That's a tough team to beat.
Tell me you watched the Detroit game on.
I did. They were.
Tell me they did not look beatable.
Oh,
tell me they look like the best team in football.
But I think I get that. But I also think people could say that about us when I say we're the second best team in football right now, where people can go, well, look at some of your games. You barely beat the Dolphins. No, you can barely beat the
last game. Just go against the
No, I
last
get
team they
that.
played.
I get that. I'm with you, but I'm just saying we've had games like, and I'm saying we're the second best team in football, and we've had close games. So I'm just saying, I think right now the Lions are the best team. Now, if we beat them in Detroit, then of course we are right. As long as we keep winning up to that point, and in Detroit as well, everything can change week to week. Things could change, but as long as they keep winning, you have to. For me, you have to keep them up there because right now
Chiefs are the best team in football because they keep winning.
But we beat them, so we're ahead of them. I'm talking about right now, playing wise.
Beat us, so it doesn't make the Ravens.
Yeah, but the Ravens have 4 losses, so I can't even. Yeah. And they lost some bad teams, real bad teams.
That way,
I have to put that. I have to weigh it out. You can't listen, Mikey. You can't lose to the Browns, who are under 500 team. You can't lose to the Raiders, who are under 500 team. Who else they lost to? They lost to Pittsburgh. Is a good team.
Detroit talk radio. Yeah. I think you're spending too much time listening to Detroit talk radio.
No, I watched their game. I'm telling you, they're decent.
I've watched their games too. They're a really good team, but I don't believe that they're like.
Who do you think is the best team right now in football? Best team in football right now. Who's playing the best football right now? Right
now, it's the Eagles.
Right now,
the Eagles.
Eagles. They've had close games too, bro. They've had some close games. They're not blowing teams out. They've had close games, and they have losses. They have 2 losses too.
That happened early, like us.
I know, but they're not just killing teams, and they've beaten some bad teams. The Giants. Giants are terrible. I have to go back and look at their schedule, who they've beaten. But I'm telling you, I don't think they're a juggernaut either. I think they're good, but they're beatable.
Listen, if Detroit had all of their defense, I would agree with you. But they're dropping like flies right now, dude. And I think that's part of the issue.
They lost to the Falcons 22-21. They got smoked by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 33-16.
When was that?
They beat Cleveland 2016, close game. They barely beat Jacksonville 28-23.
With guys
it doesn't matter.
So listen, we can go back and forth on this all day long because you can go back and say
we got
smoked
games
by the Ravens.
I get it, but the Raven, I'm just saying, one game.
Tampa Bay beat
I know, but you're saying I know, but they're also in some close games. And look who they've beaten recently. I'm just throwing out there. The only team right now, I'm just throwing I'm looking at their schedule. The only team that they beat that is actually any good. So the last team they beat, the Rams, 37-20. The Rams are okay. Washington, 26-18. Okay, I'll give it to Washington. Dallas, they're terrible. Jacksonville's terrible. Cincinnati, what Cincinnati team do you get? Giants, terrible. Cleveland, not good. And they lost against Tampa. Okay, that's their last games. That's nothing impressive.
We can do that for the Lions. We can do that for the Bills.
Sure, I'm just
do that for the Chiefs. We can do that for all of them. You don't.
Detroit has. No, I know that, but I'm just throwing it out there. Let me see here. So Detroit has beaten the Rams. They lost to the Bucks.
Okay, let's go backwards to the last few games. They've beaten the Bears 23-20. They've beaten the Colts. They've beaten the Jags. They've beaten the Texans, and they beat the Packers.
Titans. They beat the Vikings.
Oh, I mean, we can go all the way back to the second.
They beat the Seahawks. They beat the Cardinals. There's some decent teams there.
There was decent teams in the other one that you were talking about too.
No, I get it, but what makes exactly my point though? What makes you? Why would Philly be ahead of them though?
Why would they have 2 losses? Why would I feel that they're better? Because their defense is intact. Their offense is as good as the Lions. And their defense is intact. The Lions isn't. That's why I feel right now Philly is playing better. If they matched up, I feel Philly would beat them. And you can throw all the different things you want at me. You can't change my mind on how Philly, I view them.
I get you. So Philly, so Lions are the second best offense, right? Philly has the number 1 defense, right? And the Lions have what? The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, the 11th best defense, right?
And a lot of that was built off of what was happening when they had Hutchinson and all the guys.
Right. And then they added what's his name, but they are losing players. That does hurt. They lost to somebody. I think they lost a corner too, right?
They lost a corner. They lost a safety. They lost a bunch of D linemen.
So let's say they're 2.
Adds up.
Whatever. Okay. So they're 1 or 3. They're still 13.
All I'm saying, the whole point is I didn't think the Lions were the number 1 team in football. That's all I was saying.
I think you know what? I think that is a good debate to have for NFC Philly and Detroit fans.
Yeah.
I think they both have valid arguments.
Detroit's linebackers out for the season. Detroit has a few people that are out for the season. And if Detroit could have kept their defense together, I think they would have been the best, team. I
Very
really
tough.
do believe that.
Yeah.
Very much like the Bills were last year. I thought the Bills were the best AFC team, and then their defense just got declimated by injuries. And we and you got into the playoffs and you go up against those good offenses and you have backups in there, you get exposed.
Absolutely.
And that's all I'm saying. Like I've watched the Lions. If you can, like you said, if you can stop the run, the team's
I will say this, and I've been
let them run all over you, you're in trouble, dude.
I've been telling Lions fans, you know what? We're both both of us, Bills and Lions. When we face each other, we're gonna really know where we stand.
Tommy's Detroit fans coming out.
Yeah, of course. Listen, if we didn't make it, I'd root for Detroit, of course. Bro, Detroit, you got to respect what they did. They were a terrible team like us for years. Like, of course I'm going to show love to a team that's been awful in a city that I live in for a long time. Like, of course. But listen, when we play them though, it will say a lot. Like that game will say a lot for each team. Like how that game is finished and handled.
Okay, enough of the green now. Let's keep the ratings going. I mean, really, at the end of the day, I disagree with Mikey. Lions are good. I'm not saying the Lions are bad. Is that what you took from my take, that they're bad?
I didn't take it from your take. I just see it how
I just don't think they're the best team in football.
I think they are as of now, but that can change. Like week to week, everything can change.
Fluid.
I just feel
isn't that
they've been finding a way.
It's fluid.
Yeah. I feel like they find a way to win. I love their coaching staff.
I do too.
Absolutely love their coaching staff. I'm not crazy about Goff, but he's doing a good job. Love their running backs. I like their receivers. I love their tight end. Like they have a good team, bro. Like what they're doing there is like you got to give it up to their GM and head coach.
Yeah. Okay. All right, we can go all day about this debate.
Yeah, I just can't wait to play him because I will say a lot. I'm telling you, we'll say a lot.
This exact same debate against the Bills and the Chiefs and the AFC.
Yes, you can right now, but I go by how if you're going by this year, like what's going on, we beat the Chiefs. So you have to put us ahead of the Chiefs only because of that win.
My only counter against we beat them is the Ravens could say, well, we're better because we beat you.
Yeah, but the record. Then I would just go by the record.
You have national TV pundits saying that.
Yeah, but then we can say, well, the Chiefs beat the Ravens.
Yeah,
and we beat the Chiefs.
Yeah, but the Chiefs beat the Ravens by 25 is what they said. Like we're talking about a week 4 game, guys. Let's let that one go. Okay?
We also, and I will say this, we also haven't, unlike seasons past where we did lose to teams we should have won, like we haven't done that this year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like losing to the Jags or fucking terrible team. You know what I mean? Like just not showing up. Like we haven't done that this year, and that's what stands out.
We flirted with a few of them, but
we flirted, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, a dub. I always say a dub's a dub. Yep. I won't be happy about it, but at the end of the day, a win's a win.
I'm not crazy about Goff. I like Goff, but man, he's not one that's gonna play above the scheme at all.
No, man, like that.
I was more.
They better have a plan.
Yeah, exactly, Dan. I was more worried about the Lions a few defensive starters ago too. I'm more worried about the Lions offense. I'm not worried about the Lions defense.
No. I listen. Yeah, it's their offense that you got to worry about for sure.
Although I think Aaron Glenn is a very good defensive coordinator and can and still scheme things up really well. So,
yep.
Okay. So you have a few things we wanted to touch on before we get to the actual game. We wanted to finish the grades, right?
We did. So Bill's Wire had their own separate grade, guys. So we had, I forget what site that was that we worked with last week. Yeah, he does. He definitely does. He fits on his scheme. But the last week we came on, it was player grades. This one's position.
Yep.
Just position. So let's see what Bill's Wire. By the way, we haven't read this. First time me and Mikey are going over this list. So let's see who they have here on their report card.
Let's go.
All right, here we go. All right, quarterback A. All right. What do you think? Quarterback A. Agree with that? I would say that's good. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
I would say.
Does everyone in the chat
an MVP front runner at your quarterback?
Does anyone in the chat disagree? Speak now, forever hold your peace. Go ahead. We'll give it a few seconds because I don't think it's gonna.
You have the MVP
I could be
front
wrong.
runner. You have QB1.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So I think we all agree.
It could be an A plus. Plus.
Right. So we'll stick with that. We're good with that. Bills Wire. Running backs B. What do you think? Agree with that?
Yeah, we talked about this as a group whole. Yeah, because I think James Cook sits between an A minus and a B plus, and I think the other two sit between a B and a B minus. So I think that's perfect grade for them.
Yep. Hey, look at Jordan Phillips saying, "What's up, Mikey?" All right, let's go.
Welcome back.
Yeah, hey, wide receivers B. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that's a solid grade for them.
So far, so good. So good. All right, here we go. Tight ends B minus.
Good.
Agree with that?
Better than the other trash article. B minus. Yes, I would absolutely call it a B minus. Okay. So I think we had him between I think we had him with the two
B or
right
C plus. I was
C
close.
Plus, B minus.
Yeah, so I'll say B minus is fair.
Yeah. As a group, yes, I would agree.
As a group, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So far, so good, guys. Offensive line A minus.
A for the running backs.
No,
John
running
Gruden
backs don't get an A.
John Gruden does love the Bills too.
Yeah, Gruden.
I think that's fair. I had him at a B plus as a whole.
Yeah, I'm with you. B plus.
But I'm not going to kill the A minus.
Yeah, I get it.
Because if you take into account Alec Anderson as the backup, or what Ryan Vandermark has done stepping in and those type of things, you can bump it from the B plus to the A minus. I'm good with that.
Okay. Yeah. I'm fine. I'm gonna stick with my guns and say B plus. But I understand the argument. Okay.
I get too excited about one coming back. Yeah, but the everyone's talking about Milano and they say he looks better than when he left. They weren't saying that about Trey and Vaughn last year. That's why I'm excited about seeing him.
Yep.
I'd almost go C for the tight ends. Wow,
Roy, see? I told you're gonna have mixed opinions on these grades, guys.
Yeah, KC line is trash. Their tackles, man, got killed by the Raiders today. All right, defensive line B.
What do you think?
As a whole, that's solid. I think some of the parts are better than the others.
Okay, yeah, I'm with you. I'll go with
Rousseau,
that.
I would say is probably more like in the A. But the rest of them sit between the B and C. So having a B overall, I'm good with that. Linebackers B. I think that's low.
Ooh.
I think we're looking at probably like an A minus for the linebackers because I think.
Are you counting because Matt Milano's back?
No,
you're counting just as we sit today.
I'm counting. What we saw from Balin Spector when he had to step in as it because Balin Spector played.
You're going A.
Well, let me get through this.
Whoa.
Balin Spector played probably a C plus game. Dorian Williams is sitting around a B, and I think Terrell Bernard's been an A. So I'm saying if it's an A minus,
I get where you're going with that. I'm going to stick to my guns. Say B plus.
Okay.
On the linebackers, which is a good grade. It's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. All right.
Interior D minus, C minus. Linebackers A minus. Jimmy's with me with the linebackers.
Okay. All right, Jimmy. All right.
Can't give running backs an A, then that's with the Eagles and backs. Let above A that doesn't exist. B is generous. Okay. That'd be a B plus. Okay. Secondary, an A minus. I think that's low. I think they're an A.
Yeah.
Our secondary's been really good. Unless the minus is dropped because of Hamlin. And I don't think he really drops
I don't think he's been
because you have to take
horrible.
into account for what Cam Lewis has done, what Ingram when he stepped in and got some playing time, he stepped up. Like Kyron Elam stepped up when he stepped in. Like as a group, I would say it's an A.
I'm with you.
The board.
I
think it's been our best group on defense.
Oh, here's Mikey's favorite.
Special teams, C-. I will say yes because of Codrington.
Yeah, that's the
If
only
it wasn't
reason.
for Codrington, I would probably give them a D.
I'll go D plus if it wasn't for Gondorton. I'll go
But
C.
I'd go C-.
I'll go C. I'll give him a solid
C-
C.
with Codrington included because he's been
Yeah.
really good. He's
I
been
got
really
you.
good.
I'll give him a C because of Tyler
Okay,
Bassett.
here we go.
61.
Spin. Quarterback A plus, running back A, wide receiver B, tight end B minus, O line A, D line B, edges A minus, interior C plus. Okay. Linebackers A minus, DBs A, CBs A plus. So I'm guessing
Special teams B.
Special teams B, but that's not including the kicker and the return teams.
Okay, I see what you're saying. You're separating them. Okay.
Yeah, he's separate. He's given the overall, and then he's separating them out by position group. So okay,
I don't think our special teams are that good though.
I don't think it is that good either.
Oh,
C
same.
plus. You give Basses. You're giving. Oh my God, you're giving our punter a B. You're way too nice, Ben.
Hey, you
I
were
think
a
our
nice
punter's
guy,
been a
Spen.
C.
Boom.
Wow.
Roasted.
Wow. Cam Lewis is a straight up baller. Cam Lewis has played really well, and I killed Cam Lewis coming into this year. He's changed my mind about him. You know,
I like, yeah, dude. He's a solid player, bro.
and
he's great for depth.
He's the jack of all trades, master of none. Perfect. He can play safety, he can play corner, he can play inside, he can play outside. You know, and then he can play the big nickel if you need him to.
Bass has been average. That's fair. That is definitely fair.
I've got Bernard A plus, Douglas A minus, Rat B, maybe B plus because he single-handedly won the game. Sam C plus, overall B to B minus. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Mm-hmm.
Bass has been average. Yeah, none of his kicks have killed us yet. So I'll do that.
Well, the extra points suck ass, but yeah,
Extra points suck ass. You're
missing
right.
4.
But they haven't
do
cost
that.
us yet.
No, they haven't cost us, but come on, man. You got to make those fucking 4 points off
Martin
the board.
hasn't killed us. Martin's had some pretty bad shanks at times too.
Absolutely. And you guys haven't seen anything yet. Yeah. Wait till Sunday night. If there's a little, you guys don't trust me. We'll see.
3 mile an hour wind.
Yeah. Let's see. Because that's when he really shanks his punt. So he doesn't have the strongest leg.
Yep. He did. Spen, I'll give you that. He did make the 61-yarder when we needed him to.
Yeah. Yep.
That he did. That counts for something. Based on the kicking I've seen around the league recently, Bass is fine. Carlson's supposedly elite and missed 3.
No, there's some. Listen, there's some. Justin Tucker hasn't been solid this year. Like I get it, but I'm
Aubrey,
not going by other kickers.
Dallas's kicker Aubrey is one of the best in the league, and
I know, and he had a bad game. He had a bad game, but that's one game. I mean, we're going by our kicker who's struggled since last year.
And really, he's been in the 80s his entire career, so he hasn't been super
dynamic.
He's just always hit the clutch ones. Last year, he started missing the clutch ones, and that's the big difference.
Right, and he's never missed extra points this many. Right, he was on a streak where he didn't miss. Like, I don't know how many it was, but I remember they're bringing it up, and he fucking missed it, and now he's missed 4 of them this year. That's like crazy.
Okay, did you have another article?
Yeah, one more. So we got some storylines, huh? Storylines. Okay. Let's see the good old storylines here. Yep, post bye winners. Forget every other start that comes to mind when comparing teams. Here's the only one that matters. Kidding, but it's a good one. Buffalo head coach Sean McDermott has never lost a game coming out of the bye in his tenure with the Bills. Can the Niners buck this trend?
I mean,
Mikey?
Technically, it's not just with his tenure with the Bills. It's overall. He's never been a head coach outside of the Bills, so he's never lost a game coming out of the bye. They don't have to say tenure with the Bills because he's never been a head coach anywhere else.
But roasted.
Honestly, I'm unless the Bills come out flat and don't make adjustments, unless the 2023 pre-Brady Bills show up, I don't see the 49ers beating us.
I don't either.
They just don't have the horses.
I Yeah, and they're not playing good football either.
Like I said, unless the pre-Brady 2023 team shows up, that's the only way I see them winning.
Yeah, we would have to shoot. I think the only way we lose this game, we shoot ourselves in the foot over and over. You know what I mean? Like we just make some knucklehead decisions, and coaching is
we follow the game script of the Texans.
Yep.
But I don't think they have the horses the Texans had.
Jordan Phillips want to say hi again to you.
Yeah, what's up?
What's up, man? Prime time again. The final weekend in the NFL is always a TBD one. There could still be more primetime football en route. And of course, there is the postseason to consider. However, as far as
scheduled one, right? As of right now?
I think as of right now. Yeah. However, as far as the known Bills schedule is concerned, week 13 will be the last time Buffalo is featured in a primetime football slot. The 49ers. That's what they're saying. The 49ers head to town for a Sunday night football clash. Bills Mafia will certainly show out once again.
Because they have a 4:25 game against the
right, which is still considered like a kind of a primetime slot. Yeah, but you know what they're saying. They're saying
game. It's not a night game. It's the last night game scheduled. But you know that night games used to be what they called primetime. But the NFL director of schedules came on. I think Buffalo Plus was talking about it. And he's like, now that 4:25 game, because the whole country watches it,
it's kind of considered prime time.
It's considered a primetime game.
Oh, there you go, Bills Wire. All right, you tell him, Mikey. All right,
boom, roasted.
All right, so here you go. All right, Josh Allen versus who? Brock Purdy or Brandon Allen. It's unclear who will start under center versus the Niners for the Niners against the Bills. Purdy missed his first game of the season due to a right shoulder injury last week. His team lost 38-10 as Allen guided them. As always, facing a starting quarterback or backup always looms large. But we're thinking Purdy will probably play, right?
I think it really depends on the weather, because I really think if it's snowing bad, I don't know how you have that messed up AC joint, and
maybe they have him go out there pre-game.
Yeah, they're gonna
warm up and see what happens. It's very possible.
They call him a game time decision because of that. And you know, as Callie was talking about earlier, where I'm listening to his pressers, he doesn't sound overly confident that it's going to be better and he's going to be able to go.
All right.
Now,
Shanahan
find out. He's expected to play, but I'll be honest, like it's not
looking
looking great.
All right.
I don't think it matters one way or the other, though. I really don't.
No, I don't either. Plenty of Bills injuries to monitor. Oh, Keon.
Yeah.
With their bye week unfolding in week 12, that puts a positive light on the injury report. Will the Bills get some players back in the lineup? A few to keep in mind are wide receiver Keon Coleman, wrist, offensive lineman Spencer Brown, ankle, and linebacker Matt Milano, bicep injured reserve. Mikey, we already know that Dalton Kincaid is going to miss. More than likely, Keon Coleman is going to miss. But we talked about Matt Milano. He's probably going to play, but not a lot of snap count for him, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Here, serious question is Fulton. He was part of the Special Olympics. Because he did tell us about that. I don't know what it was, but yes, he is. I know he was part of the Special Olympics team because he did well and got honored for it. Yeah, honored.
Yes, so that's why he's the most interesting man in the chat.
Yeah, he has big news today. He's talking about his basketball coaches.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, nice. Did you figure out what your team name is going to be? And I'm sorry about your mom. That sucks.
That sucks. I hope she gets better, buddy.
Yes. I think they just want to throw off the Bills, not committing to start until they absolutely have to. Kyle Shanahan mind games. Listen, I'm not sure Brock Purdy is playing mind games. If they're like, oh, we're not going to start Brock Purdy. If they do, oh well. I think I would be more concerned about Bosa and Trent Williams personally.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think there's one
here we go.
more.
Let Keon's first game being Cali, not in the cold. Let us risk it extra.
Yeah, I don't think he plays. I don't think Keon plays.
He was still in the red non-contact jersey.
Right.
So I have a feeling we're going to go with what it was.
You want to rush him out there anyways. Yeah, we don't need him in this game. Amari will be out there. We'll be fine, man. Khalil obviously going to do Khalil things. So Streaks.
Hamilton County Chargers is the name of this team. Okay.
Oh, well, good luck, Hamilton County Chargers. All right. Where am I on?
I miss Keon too. I do miss Keon. Streaks.
Streaks. The Bills have some streaks on the line, sort of. The one truly at stake, and they're one relating to wins in a row. Buffalo will be victors of 7 straight outings and topping San Francisco.
Man,
in addition to that, yep, I know. In addition to that, the Bills can earn their 5th straight AFC East title with a win and a loss by the Miami Dolphins against the Packers, which they did lose. Although that can still happen at a later date too, which it already happened, but still having a chance to lock up the division this early remains a storyline, and that's it.
Does it remain a storyline? Like I feel like it's a second or third, pager. I don't feel like it's.
I think it's a cool storyline that we wrapped up the division in week 13.
Do you think it's weighing on?
But for this game, is it a storyline? Nah, I don't think so. Because listen, man, like we got the division. Like regardless if it's this weekend or not, like we would have to go a terrible losing streak, and I don't see that happening. So no, it's not on the players' mind. Of course they'll celebrate. Of course it'll feel good, but no.
Oh, Spence being nice to you, and then
you're so sweet.
Ariana comes in, and then Ariel comes in and fixes it for you. Like, listen, the way that was written, funky.
Bill's Wire, bro. I correct them. I correct them a lot because they do make mistakes on their article, and I'll be reading it and it'll like just throw me totally off. But it is what it is.
It is what it is. All right, Tommy, it's that time of the show.
It is.
It's to the game.
Yes.
So I'll start with it as we start every keys of the week. It's going to be the trench battle.
Prison Mike.
All right, let's do it.
Yep, it's going to be the trench battle. Start offensive line, defensive line. We have to win the trench battle. Number 2, turnovers. The one thing that can let the 49ers into this game is us making mistakes and turning the ball over.
Yep.
Got to play clean football.
Yep.
The third, honestly, stop Christian McCaffrey. Do not let that guy get rolling.
Yep, I agree.
Stop the run. But Shanahan is all about the play action off the run. He establishes the run, then he runs play action. If you can shut down the run, they're going to be dead in the water. That's when they really struggle.
Yep.
And then I want to see Josh get into a rhythm early. I think getting him into a rhythm early, you know what I mean? I think that always is a good recipe for success. And I really hope, and this isn't a key to the game. This is just me talking about what I want to see. I really hope they get Ray Davis involved this game because they really didn't down the last few. And
they should, especially if the weather's going to be how they say it's going to be. Mm-hmm. You should listen. If you're going to run the ball any game, this is the game you want to kind of be not run heavy, but you definitely want to be very balanced here. And you want to lean towards both running backs because, man, I'm telling you, Mikey, like that weather, man, these players are going to be feeling every hit. The ground's going to be tough. You don't want James Cook getting a crap load of carries. You definitely want to get Ray Davis in there too to give James Cook fresh legs when he comes back. You know what I mean? Rotate them a little bit more. I'm not saying
dynamic James Cook get back in there.
Yeah, dynamic.
Because Ariel says it's that time of show. You mean where we discuss James Cook for 15 minutes?
I've never
know how much
have we ever talked about James Cook?
James Cook.
Yeah.
Davis, if they give Davis the ball, here's the thing: we seem to be using all 3 of them, which limits how much Davis actually sees because Cook is their RB1 this year. The coaches have committed to that.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, man, like Ty Johnson's not like Ty Johnson has had some
really
good runs.
He's
had some. Yeah, absolutely. But like if you're going to mix it up, then like in an order, give Ray Davis a little bit more carries.
Spin, I like that. Both Cook and Davis break 100 total yards this game.
That would be our best running game in years if both running backs got 100. Right? I mean, I can't tell you when. That's a great trivia question. Who was the last 1-2 punch that had 100 yards in a game on our team.
Isn't that the
Like,
Carlos
it has to be
Williams?
maybe. I don't know if he's had 100 yards, though, in a game with Shady. I know he's had touchdowns in the game. Guys, can you think of that? Anyone in the chat?
CJ Fred?
Maybe. Like, they were a decent. You're right. Possibly. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I brought it up because I don't know. I don't know the answer. I really don't know the answer.
It might have been like a CJ Fred one because they both break long ones.
All right, smarty pants is out there in the chat. Do you guys know the answer? Because I really don't. I think Mikey's onto something. Maybe Jackson Spiller.
Yeah,
possibly.
I never noticed the puppy is spotted like a cow.
Oh yeah.
Lynch and Fred.
Ooh, possibly too. It's a great man. I'm telling. It doesn't happen a lot. It doesn't happen a lot in most teams, though, right? I don't.
Yeah, and I'm not sure. That's a good one to look into.
It really is. It really
honestly, it could have been. It could be. Allen and Shady, his rookie year.
Allen and Shady. Yeah, but I'm talking about running back. I'm not talking about quarterback.
I'm just saying, you said 2 100-yard rushers.
Yeah, you're right. But let's just leave it to the running back. But
okay, it could.
That's
the only one I think
maybe
could have been Allen,
right?
Shady, or it could have been Singletary and Allen because Allen's broke 100 a few times.
I'm gonna go back, like where you're saying. I'm gonna go back to those drought years, possibly.
I think
Fred.
The closest one is Fred and probably CJ.
Yeah,
like a long one.
Right. It's
you don't see a lot of long ones broken anymore.
No.
James Cook and Ray Davis. Oh wait, that's me and Madden yesterday.
Right. Here you go. Now here's another here to follow that up though, real quick before we go.
Okay.
Could you see James Cook and Ray Davis doing that in a game? Like, do they have it in them?
If we had a game like we did against the Cowboys where we were just running it down their throats, but they would have to break long ones to do it.
Right.
They would have to break like a 70, like one of them would have to break that 70-yarder and the other one would have to just
right. You're right.
You would need that long one in order to get that.
Yep. I'm with
Could
you
it happen? Absolutely. Will it happen? Probably not. I think you're better off getting Josh to 100 before you're getting 2 running backs to 100.
Yeah, you're right. That I can see for sure. And that's probably happened.
Yeah. 2 running backs to 100 in the game.
Oh, I agree.
Really
I would say, you know what? I would say possibly, and I haven't looked yet, but the Lions running backs.
2015.
McCoy. Okay, so Carlos did have it. Wow. I see. Okay.
I think I called that one.
That's a long fucking time ago. That was a long fucking time ago. You did. I just didn't know he had 100 yards.
I remember because that was the year that 1 year that Carlos looked. Everyone thought like, oh my God, we have our Thunder and Lightning, and then Carlos just fell off the map.
Yeah, I talked to him once in a while. He's a good dude, man. I never had a problem with Carlos. He just he went through some stuff and just couldn't really bounce back.
Yep. I also said total yards for Cook and Davis. I don't think they'll both get 100 rushing. 100 total. Okay. We're going to use them a lot in the pass game. I can see
total. Absolutely. Now total is different. Yeah. I definitely can see that.
Good Mikey one as well.
Sure. Spin, man. Spin.
Yeah.
Okay. No.
Rough.
No.
Ah, man. Little rough. Spin's just why he's attacking us tonight, huh?
Yeah, that's what it is. You want to buy me something? Thank you.
I'm Prison Mike.
Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah. All right, Tommy. Is that time for
spin? All right, go ahead.
for predictions and X Factor.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, so you're gonna go first.
I'll go first.
Go ahead.
My prediction. I'll go first. Prediction and then X Factors.
Okay.
My prediction. I have it. 31-17 Bills.
Ooh, I like it. All right. I like it. So I want to say real quick, been wearing this shirt. I love it. And I think it should be in the Bills locker room. Strike first, strike hard, show no mercy. Can we stop with the campfire stories? Let's just be fucking mean. right? Get out there like they
our
did against the
foot on
Chiefs.
their throats.
Yeah. What do they do against the Chiefs, Mikey? They struck first with the interception.
Yeah.
Then they got the touchdown. All right. That was the hard. Then no mercy was on the fourth down. Like, I gotta see that from the Bills. But anyways, on my score prediction, I will say, wait, I gotta factor the weather in though, Mikey. Gotta factor that in a little bit here.
Okay, go ahead.
If the weather if it's bad, like they're saying, like 2 to 3 feet of snow, windy,
If it's
it could be a low. It could be, yeah. Now I'm gonna give 2 because I have to. If it's not so crazy snow and windy, I'll go 33-20 Bills. 33-20. If it's bad out there, right? Not way off. I'll go 27-14 Bills.
You think we're making field goals if it's that bad out there?
I think we'll be close field. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think I'm going to make 50-yarder. I'm just saying, like, I'll go 27, around there. So, yeah, I'll say 27.
Fiery hot take. We haven't gotten a safety this year. We get 2 in this game. Ooh, I like that.
2 in the game?
Wow. I've been loving the sound bites, Tommy. Hilarious. Bring Buffalo a dome, please. Oh, wait, too late. Yep. No dome for Buffalo.
Nope.
24-17 Bills. Okay.
Ooh, Roy, I get it, Roy. Roy doesn't ever want to go crazy with the, like, I'm shocked he even picked this because sometimes Roy goes
the other way.
The other way. He goes against the grain. Right? Like,
and he's like, to be wrong. And he's happy to be
he's
wrong.
like, you see, I picked the 49ers. See, we won thanks to me.
Yeah. All right, X factors. My X factor offensively, I'm gonna go. It's gonna be James Cook because I think we're gonna have to run the ball this game.
Whoa!
Wow.
The dynamic James Cook.
Whoa!
Okay. Wow.
Who's your offense?
Oh man, you had a good one there because of the conditions. I will go. Fuck it, because I haven't said it yet. Amari Cooper.
Ooh, I love it.
Yes.
Let it be an Amari.
You'll be the
game.
X factor. Yes.
Let it be the
Amari Cooper game.
You know who else I could see it being? Really, I could totally see this being a Samuel game on a lot of those little bubble screens.
Yeah, maybe so.
I could see that too.
Short,
quick. Samuel getting out in the open.
We're whispering.
Whispering. Pete Ferguson. Nah, just playing. Josh Allen. We never pick Josh Allen as the X factor because he's always the X factor.
Right. Yeah. It'd be
I
like
that
cheating.
One, Roy. Dawson Knox is the X factor.
Ooh, that's a good one.
This weather game sets up as a Dawson Knox X factor game. I like that.
I do.
That. All right, defense. I'll let you go first on the defensive side.
Ooh, this is a good defense. Okay. I will go Ed Oliver. We'll get to the quarterback. He will get a sack, possibly 2, in this game. Ed Oliver sighting.
Okay. You've set me up to take Greg Rousseau, but I'm not going to take the cheese. I'm not going to take the cheese. Terrell Bernard is going to be the X factor.
I like it. I don't hate it.
Center of everything.
I don't hate it.
And man, so badly did I want to take Von Miller on this one with him down. But man, I think they're going to run the ball, and I think Terrell's going to be a big piece of that.
Yep.
Mikey, Devonta Adams, McConkey, Mooney, Judy, Addison, choose 3 for fantasy. I'd have to
wait a minute. Don't give him anything. You have to tune in tomorrow. Spin. Don't try to cheat your way out of this. If you want to know the answer, you come tomorrow at 2 p.m. like everybody else to watch Fantasy Kingdom. You're not going to get some answers today, some spoilers.
Oh, I'm spoiling the shit out of it.
Mikey's being nice. See, me, Spin, I would have said, nope, you're going to have to wait till tomorrow.
I'm probably going McConkey against the Falcons.
What a nice guy, Spin. And you called him slow earlier, and look at him.
Yeah, I need Hooked on Phonics. I'm going Addison. Then I can't decide if I want to go Adams or if I want to go Judy. Because Judy's looked really good, but he's only against the Broncos. So I'm going Adams. I'm going Adams and McConkey and Devonta.
I'm Prison Mike.
Good job.
You know, ready for it. Matt Milano.
Whoa! I like it.
Yeah, Von Miller's an X Factor. That's a good one too. Matt Milano gets a pick 6.
Can you imagine to the house?
He house calls it. Welcome back, or he just crushes the quarterback. Sack, fumble.
Takes them both out.
God.
Oh,
Milano breaks
man.
Purdy in half. I never said he was slow.
Hooked on
versus AJ
phonics.
Terrell.
Come on.
Yeah, I like the AJ Terrell matchup better than I like the one in Denver.
Is hooked on phonics even a thing anymore? Like, is that
I have
even
no
out? Just
idea.
curious.
I have no idea. You know,
I like the old school, middle school joke there, Spin.
Sertan,
I
I like the Terrell versus the Sertan setup that he has an option. Patrick Sertan's a better corner than Terrell, and Terrell's been getting beat a lot this year. Like that, you don't know what you're getting when that Atlanta team rolls out. What Atlanta team do you get? The good one or the bad one? They are so up and down. Yikes. Hooked on tongs for reading. Yep.
Boom. Roasted.
Yep. Okay, Tommy, I think we went through and gave our X Factors. I ain't got nothing else for these guys.
I got nothing else,
And
man.
I blame Spin for all of it. We're gonna end early because Spin
Yeah.
mean.
Yeah, you're being mean, Spin. Freaking Spin. All right, well, we're out. Listen, so what do we got on tap tomorrow? We got 2:00 Fantasy Kingdom, Mikey and Howie. We got the AFC East Shakedown at 4:00. You don't want to miss that. I think Captain D's going to come on, talk about his Dolphins, and Curtis talking about his Dolphins.
Yeah, I need to watch that one.
Anthony talking about his Jets. We got
Because-
a lot of sad faces in the AFC Shakedown, except for me.
They were feeling themselves there for a minute. Them Dolphins fans.
Oh my God, I gotta
feeling
play you.
themselves.
Listen, I have to play something for you. Hold on.
Yes, please do.
You're gonna fucking love it. So I went back to week 1, our week 1 show. Later. Hold on, Mikey. I have to show you this. Give me a minute. So I went back to our week 1 AFC Shakedown show. And
Oh God.
Yeah, so
Cold
it was
exposed.
Yeah, so Anthony, great guy, by the way. Love Anthony. So this is what he said. Right,
Okay.
you're gonna
While you're doing that, it's on the
go
Mafia
ahead.
Sports Report this week.
I'm saying, oh yeah, it is. Yep. All right, let me share this. This is so fucking funny. I sent it to him too. He's like, and I'll show you. Hold on. How do I do this window? Okay, here we go. Right here. Okay. All right. Let me know if
I see it.
Yeah. Okay, you see it? Okay, cool. So give me a minute. Let me pop it up on
Oh yes. I just need to hear it. I don't hear anything.
Oh, you can't hear anything?
I can't hear it.
Oh no. You can't hear anything? Maybe because I can't. Fuck. All right, maybe
No
because I'm
sound.
doing the window. Oh, that sucks, man. Brutal.
Well, what'd he say? Just tell me what he said.
So he's like, hold on, let me get back to my window and remove this. So he's like, I know it's gonna be shock to everyone. I'm saying right now, the Jets are gonna shock everyone because I think week 1 was against the Packers, I think.
Niners.
The Niners, yeah. You're gonna shock everyone. We're gonna beat the Niners, and everyone's gonna be jumping on the bandwagon, on the train, or whatever. He goes, and this offense is elite. This defense is elite. It was so funny. He goes, so everybody get ready to jump on the train. So I messaged him. I sent him the clip, and I sent him a little GIF thing, and I put choo choo.
Did he send you the middle finger gift? Because I would have sent you back the middle finger
You
gift.
know, you know what he replied me? He said, he goes, where did he say? He goes, hold on. He goes, I go, oh, he goes, oh, you know what else he said? He goes, and this Jets team is going to be a team, a force to be reckoned with. So, a force to be reckoned with. He goes, and he goes at the end, he goes, let's get this train rolling. That's what I put 2-2.
Oh
And then he responds, he goes, the moves he was making, he goes, differences getting, oh no, where did he say? He said something. I thought he responded, say what you want. Yeah, I was drinking the Kool-Aid. Fine.
Drinking something. Kool-Aid, I'm not sure what it was.
Yeah, he goes, but Vegas had the Jets as favorites to win the division. Everything fell apart. One bad move after another compounded. He has made good picks, blah, blah, blah. So basically, yeah, he's making excuses. But I had it though. I had to throw that out. Oh, yeah. Dude, I had it. He took it well, but it is funny going back and listening to.
Oh, you didn't see my questions. How are Dolphins fans taking it? Because they were like, the Dolphins fans were like feeling themselves there for a few weeks.
Captain D, you know what though? Remember, Captain D's a realist. Very real. Curtis is very honest and real. Yeah. Now, I do think Curtis was starting to
drink the Kool-Aid.
Not drink the Kool-Aid, but I think he thought there was still, because he didn't think there was a chance. And then I think the 3 wins in a row, was it 3 wins in a row? Yeah. I think, right? So, and I think he started to maybe, if we beat the Pack, and then, and yeah, that has changed. His opinion now is back to, yeah. And I think D was already just not really believing it. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they both got to say. And Anthony is just taking it on the chin every weekend, to be honest with you. Like, I feel bad for Anthony the most because it's a weekly thing. Like, for him, when you come out, think about it.
You're drunk,
you know. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm just glad, like, look, I don't talk trash, but I week 1, I'm like, hey, listen, y'all can think what you want, but I still think you guys are chasing us. We're only chasing the Chiefs for to get to the Super Bowl. Y'all still trying to chase us for the East, and until you prove you can beat us, I don't think you can.
I think the Jets are chasing the Dolphins.
Well, you know what I mean, for the East. I'm talking about. Yeah, exactly. I but either way, I still feel like I never had that feeling like
chasing the Patriots soon.
Dude, the Patriots are
all in this offseason.
The Patriots have done it right, bro. They're doing it right.
Yeah, and those 2 teams went all in and mortgaged a lot of their future to go all in this year because we were vulnerable. And
the Jets are in so much trouble, bro. They hired some group.
So were the Dolphins. The Dolphins just paid Ramsey, Waddle.
No, they're in a lot of trouble too, and they got a couple players. Yeah, they got a lot of tough decisions to make.
They're in trouble, man.
They're in big trouble, and the Jets too. Like I said, I don't think Rodgers comes back. Mm-hmm. You got to. They hire some firm to like find their coach.
Yeah, the 33rd team, the clickbait team, and they're bringing back Tannenbaum, who's a failed GM for them to be the one that's going to find their GM and coach. Okay, that seems like a smart move. You can't do reason.
Dude, I mean,
they're going to run the table. Listen, the Bills did it last year. We said that they were going to run the table, and we did. It's doable. You see, Tommy's slowing out Mike. Man, he's just on one tonight. I can't.
What did he say?
He said, "See, Tommy's the slow one, not Mikey."
Whatever.
Spot on Curtis impression. By the way, that would be a mistake if the Patriots go all in next year. I don't know if they will. Listen, I'm not overly sold on their coach, Mayo. I'm really not. Like, I think they got it right with Drake May.
Yeah,
I think he's going to be good.
Drake May he seems like he will.
Yeah, as long as they don't ruin him and they build around him.
Right. No, he seems like he could be a legit, legit. You know what I mean?
Yep. So it'll be interesting to see how that all plays out. They went all in and tanked. Yeah. I mean, the Jets just kept, throwing good money after bad, man. They just kept on. Like, then they burned some draft picks trying to get Devonta Adams. Like, what are they doing? Then they canned the GM, the one guy in the building that actually had some good picks. Okay.
Hold on. I got it. Because y'all wanted, I had to bring it up, Mikey. Hold on. This way, because it's better watched than said. So here we go. All right, this one you should be able to hear it now.
All remain.
I hear.
This is what we've seen in the past. I am overly optimistic with this team. I have us winning 12 games this season. It is an all-in season. Aaron Rodgers understands what's in front of him. He has
All
a
in,
couple
baby.
years left, and he's going to put it all on the line in these next couple of years.
On the
Breece
line.
Hall is an outstanding running back. He's an animal with the ball in his hands. He's electric. Aaron Rodgers has not had a running back at this magnitude in a very, very,
Captain
very
D left. He couldn't keep a straight face.
skill player that can catch the ball 7 times a year. 1,500 yards all-purpose last year with awful offensive line play. Garrett Wilson, I mentioned earlier, 1,000-yard receiver with, I don't know, like a traffic cone throwing the football to him.
Yeah.
This is going to be a season that the Jets fans have been waiting for a very, very long time.
Yeah, it is.
And
Yeah,
a
baby.
shot at the title, going
Shot
to
at
the division
the title.
champs here. I got it.
All right.
All right. Well, Scott says you will improve by 1 game. So.
He's positive.
He's positive about that. I wish I had the part where he said choo
No,
choo.
we have a
the
pretty-
train. Oh man, too bad. I don't know where he said it.
record. You're
Oh man,
great.
I don't know where it is, Mikey.
All right, that's all right.
It's what the Dolphins.
Yeah, but you heard you heard him. You heard him.
Love
You heard enough.
receipts. Scott comes in. Love receipts. Look what I walked into. Yes, look what you walked into, Connor. Are they keeping Adams? I don't know. That's a great question, Scott.
Oh man.
If they don't keep Aaron, right, and Aaron walks away, does Adams stay, or does he request a trade?
Boy, right. That is a great question. I don't know. That is a good question. I
I can't see
idea.
him wanting to stay in his year, because he'll be age 33 season. I can't
Right.
see him wanting to stay with the rookie quarterback or a mid-level quarterback in a rebuild. He's going to probably want to be moved to a contender.
Mm-hmm.
And will any contender want him after how bad he's been the last 2 years?
Yep.
That's the question. Because he hasn't played well. You good? You look like you're preoccupied.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on.
Look what I walked into.
I had to do it. I'm sorry. I feel so bad. I'm throwing this guy under the bus. All right.
To open up the season and start the friggin' bandwagon. It's going to get loaded. It's going to get loaded up very quickly. I know Miami fans, you guys are talking about the Super Bowl parade starting up already, getting the train rolling. But the Jets are all in this year. They are going to be a force to be reckoned with. This defense is too strong. This offense got 1,000 times better from what it was the year before. Give me the Jets in this game, 24-20. Let's get this train rolling.
Yeah.
All right, Zach.
Get that train roll. Whoop, whoop.
Yep, rolling down the tracks. Game 1.
Yeah,
Came off the
rolling
track and
up-
started rolling down the hill.
Yeah, it was rolling all right until right off the cliff. So it derailed.
It wasn't even Christian McCaffrey. It was Mason. Started running all over that elite defense and derailed that whole team.
I had to go back and listen to that. Like the Dolphin fans were they were optimistic, but they weren't like him. Yeah, like he was like, and now he's just like hating, like he hates every week. He's just like, he's a terrible, terrible Jets team. It's so funny. Yes, yeah.
Make sure you send that to him.
Yeah, it's only one train. It's still on the tracks, bud. It's the Buffalo Bills.
Scott, it's amazing how some elite receivers just drop off so fast. You know, one of them that's dropped off this year is Tyreek. Tyreek hasn't played well at all this year either.
My God, no, yes, the number one player in the NFL is not the number one player in the NFL. Not even
Right.
close.
Like
to the
I don't
number one
think
player.
Tyreek has fell off as a player.
No,
think
no,
that
but he's not
scheme
playing as.
has-
I think
has been
he's yeah.
limited. I don't
He-
know if
it-
that is
yeah.
the same with Devontae. You know, if it's just scheme and he would do better with a better quarterback. You know,
I don't know, man. He seems like he's been traveling a little bit, and it just hasn't worked out in anywhere he's gone. Oh,
since he
find
left Green Bay.
Yeah.
He went to Vegas and that just tanked.
Yeah, no, that was bad.
Tommy is too eager. You need to clip this for your roundtable show.
I know. I know.
A little late. No, that was me. That ran it. It wasn't Tommy.
Yeah, I
ran
should have
Lauren.
ran it. I should have
I
ran it.
Lauren.
All right. Well, we're getting out of here. We've been on here an hour and 45 minutes. So once again, tomorrow, 2:00 Fantasy Kingdom for all your fantasy football advice. That's with Mikey and Howie. 4:00 AFC East Shakedown. You don't want to miss that. And then Sunday pregame, 7:00 on Mafia Sports Report. Me and Aramis are doing the pregames moving forward. And we'll also be on Built in Buffalo Facebook page. So if you guys are on Facebook, go ahead and tune into their Built in Buffalo. They have a lot of good things going on over there as well. So that's the schedule. And then, of course, post game, right after the game ends, is me and Mikey.
Bye, Sophia.
That's it. That's the lineup. So appreciate all y'all, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bills Mafia, for rocking with us.
Sunday.
Yep.
Excited
Thanks
about
again for rocking with us. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. And let's go Bills, man. Let's go do it, man. Let's go get that dub. Let's get that division wrapped up.
Get that hat and t-shirt.
That's it, man. So, guys, once again, we love you. Go Bills. Peace.
Go Bills.
Peace.